Hi everyone, welcome back to this new video. In this new session, we will going to see how to achieve S3 cross-region replication. So also I'm going to explain what are the advantages of S3 cross-region replication, and to explain more deeper, I'll first use the paint to just see the theory, what we want to achieve, the theory part. Then we will move it to the demo session. So I'm using paint here. So we will think it as this is our AWS cloud, and inside this I have two regions. Let us name it as one is Mumbai, one is Singapore. Okay, I'll take it in a different color for this, just to identify it. So this is my Singapore region, and this is my Mumbai region. Okay, so inside both we will have one bucket. Here I have one bucket, and inside Singapore also. So inside Singapore also I have one more bucket. Okay. So what today I want to achieve is, like, if I have a upload anything in my Mumbai file, sorry, Mumbai S3 bucket, it should same replicate in my Singapore bucket also. Okay. But so for that, first of all, we need to establish the cross-region replication. So how to do that, we'll see now practically. Okay. So I hope this is clear to you all now. The main goal is to replicate our data from one S3 bucket to another S3 bucket that is present in a different region. So this is kind of a backup storage, you can tell it as. So what happens by mistakenly something you lost in your primary region, that is here in Mumbai region, you lost one of your file. But if you want that file again, then you can get it from your Singapore region bucket where it has been cross replicated. Okay. So we'll go back to AWS console and navigate to our S3 bucket console. So once we are in S3 bucket, we'll create two buckets directly. So first one, I'll name it as I will name it as a Cloud Liberators primary. So always remember our primary region is Mumbai. I'll write it here also. Just a second. And this is our secondary. Okay. You can see now it is in AP South. Okay. That is our Mumbai region. Yeah, I don't want it to public access. I'll enable the bucket versioning. So what does this versioning means? Like, you have a multiple versions of your file. For example, first you wrote one file and you have uploaded to your bucket. But after that, again in your local laptop, you have edited that file one more line. Like first, in a first edition, you have edited like a wrote a two lines, but when you're editing for the second time you wrote a 10 lines overall. So when you upload that same bucket, the new version will be showing to us, the older version will be hidden by the S3 bucket default. But if you want, you can get that older version also when you enable the bucket versioning. If you haven't enabled the bucket versioning, then we cannot get a two different files. Okay, so this is done. Let us create this bucket. Okay, now I'll take the same name I'll go back to Singapore region here in a duplicate tab. So now you can see here Singapore AP Southeast 1. Okay. I'll secondary. Okay. So rest I'll keep it the same. Here also enable the versioning. Then keep it the same thing. Okay. Encryption, server side encryption I'm keeping, that will be managed by Amazon S3 itself. So we don't need to give any encryption keys or anything. So now both the buckets. The S3 bucket is a global, but inside we can create a buckets in different regions. So what happens, for example, think you have a one EC2 instance connected to your S3 bucket, and some files from EC2 you need to move for a S3 bucket. If your S3 bucket and EC2 instance resides in a same region, for example, in a both are in a Mumbai region, then there won't be any data transfer cost. But if you want to move from EC2 instance that is present in Mumbai region to our Singapore region bucket, then there will be a incur of money. Okay. So that is the one advantage why we need to choose wisely which region we want to deploy our S3 buckets. So this is done. What we can do, we'll go inside this bucket. This is our primary bucket. In primary bucket, I'll create that rule. So after coming here, go to management. If you scroll down, after the lifecycle configuration, you can see replication rules. So what you need to do, just click on create replica rule. Now replication rule name, you can give it as Mumbai. Mumbai to Singapore I am giving. And status is enabled. Okay. Source bucket is my primary, Cloud Liberator's primary. If I refresh here, you can see this is my primary bucket that is present in AP South 1. Choose a rule scope, limit the scope rule using one or more filters. Let it be this thing. If we apply to all the buckets, then it will be same. So I'll take it as a apply to all objects in the buckets. And then here we need to choose our destination bucket. Choose a bucket in this account if you have a different account. Like for example, now I am present in this account. Okay. If you have another account for there, if you have a bucket for that also you can transfer. But here today we are doing cross region, not a cross account. So in this account only I have a bucket. I'll browse it. I'll choose my secondary. Okay, so this is done. It is showing the destination region is Singapore. The primary region is source region is Mumbai. Okay, so now it is asking for IAM role. What I'll do, I haven't created any IAM role, so I'll give S3 only to create a new role, IAM role for me, which is like what all the permissions it requires, it creates its own. So let it create. So I don't want to encrypt it using KMS keys. So I'm not doing that. Destination storage class. I don't want to change any storage class. If you want, you can choose it like a standard intelligent airing, standard IA, one zone IA, glaciers are there. So when you go very downwards, it will cost you more lesser. But when you come higher, it will cost you little higher than the or like a glaciers. Glaciers are like archive mode. So once you put, you may not access it for so many days. Not, not even days, months and years. So that is where. So I don't want to do that. Let it be in a standard. So I'll click on save. Currently, I don't have any. objects in my bucket, source bucket. I'll show you. So my bucket is empty currently. So you can, like, I can click down submit for the first option. But in your case, if you have objects already in your bucket and you want to replicate the existing files or objects that are present in your S3 bucket, you can choose the second option is replicate existing objects. Okay, in my case, I don't have anything. I'm clicking first option and submit. Okay, now if we come here, I can see the replication rule. Okay, so destination is Cloud Liberators secondary. That is my bucket present in a Singapore region. Okay, storage class will be same as source. So that means whatever I upload it in a primary. That means if I upload it for a intelligent tiering in my destination bucket, that is secondary bucket also, it will be same. That is what it means. Okay. Now this is the IAM role it is created. We will go inside this and we will see what are the permissions it has created for its replication. Okay. So if you come here and expand this, so mainly first it is taking list buckets. So all the buckets it wants permission to list all the buckets, and object retention, object versioning is been taken for replication and configuration it has taken. Resources, see, these are the two resources it can access. If this role is used to different buckets, this role cannot be used because here the resource is been explicitly mentioned primary bucket and secondary bucket. Okay, so what are the actions? Replicate object, replicate delete, replicate tags, object owner override. So it can replicate the objects, also it can delete the replicated objects, also it can replicate the same names of our objects. Okay, so again you can see here the resources that are being given access for this IAM role are our primary bucket and the secondary bucket. Okay, so we'll go back here. Now this is I am in a primary bucket. I'll open here, I'll open the secondary bucket. So what I'll do, I'll upload any file here. uh, Add a file I'll take. So let me just add this one of my file. I have chosen this image. I'll click on upload. So currently it is uploaded. I'll go back here. Still it is not replicated. We'll close this. Okay. In primary I can see this file. Okay. It will take few minutes depending on the size and the latency. See, it took around 10 seconds. I hope it would take only just 10 seconds. So the same file has been added here. So I'm just confirming you through this like a file size 403.5 KB I have uploaded in my primary also. Same it has been reflecting here. What we'll do, we'll upload one more file. And this time I'm taking this image. I'll click on upload. So this is my primary. I'll go back here. I'll refresh. So I think again it will take around 10 seconds. Okay, it had come now. Okay, so 163.2 KB, 163.2 KB. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll try to delete this file. Yeah, we'll delete this object and close. So in my primary bucket, I have only one file. Let us go back to our secondary and see here. We'll wait for 10 seconds. We'll it delete here also. We will see that. See, it is not deleting. This is why I said by mistake, if you delete or someone deletes the file that are present in your primary bucket and you don't have any backup of that file in your EC2 instance or in your primary S3 bucket, in those case, this AWS S3 replication comes very handy. So if you come here in a secondary bucket, you will be having that file. What is the file it is missing? The VPC peering. Okay. So if you wanted, you can come to your secondary bucket, you can download this, again, you can re-upload it into your primary bucket. If you do not delete it from secondary, it will always store here. But if you delete it in secondary also, then there is no hope to get the file back. Okay. So what I'll do, I'll again upload that. We will see one more scenario here. Add a file. The same thing I'll add. This it is already present here. Okay. But it is not present in my primary. So what I'll do, I'll upload it here. Okay. I'll close it. So it has been added at 12:50 seconds. Okay. Let us see here. Will this make any changes? We'll wait for same again 5 to 10 seconds. See, can you see? It didn't delete that object. It updated that object. Okay. So when I just a second. Where is this management properties? See, bucket version is enabled, right? Now what we will do, we'll see the version objects. See, first this was the file, okay, which was uploaded in 11:58. But if you remember, we deleted from the primary, then again re-uploaded the same file. So in that time, using metadata, it just updated the file. So in this case, if you have edited anything in that file, the same thing will be reflected in here with the newer version. But if it is going back, then you will get the older file also. Okay. So you can download anything. If you want the newer version, you can find it in your bucket. But if you want the older version, you can come to versions after selecting that object. I'm saying, obviously, I'll show you 1 second. So this is the object which I deleted and again re-uploaded. Go into the objects, come to versions, select the older version, click on download. You will be able to download it. The same way, if you want current version, you can download it from here directly. Always here, whenever the new file or a new version is uploaded, right, the latest version will be shown in a bucket directly. If you want an older version, come here, select the version which you want, with the timestamp, you can understand when it was uploaded, in which date. So yeah, like that you can download it. Okay. In this video, we saw what is S3 cross-region replication. I hope the concept is clear to you all, and what are the advantages of S3 cross-region replication also I have explained. So still, if you guys have any doubts, please ask your questions in the comment section. I'll try to answer your questions. Thank you.